What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. It is Tuesday, September 3rd, 2024, and I have an emergency alert to share with you guys. Right now it is 16:42 Eastern Time here in the United States, and we have some major breaking news coming in from Russia and Ukraine. So the U.S. is considering transferring the long-range JSAM missiles to Ukraine. This was reported by Reuters, quoting U.S. officials. So if you don't know what the JSAM missile is, it's a long-range missile. It has a range of up to 500 miles. And this is very concerning because we know that Zelensky and his government has been pushing the U.S. to allow them to strike targets deep inside of Russia. They've already presented a list of targets to the Biden administration. So this is very, very serious, guys, okay? Ukraine getting JSAM missiles. There's only one reason they would ever need JSAM missiles, and that's for deep strikes inside of Russia. There's really no other purpose for JSAM missiles other than long-range precision strikes into enemy territory. That's what they were made for, okay? So this is extremely concerning, and it's proof that the U.S. and NATO are about to allow Ukraine to do deep strikes inside of Russia. It's a huge sign that we're going to see it. It's going to happen sometime soon, and I think it's going to happen before the next president gets sworn in. And Russia has now issued a direct warning to the United States and NATO that if Western weapons are used to strike deep inside of Russia, the consequences will affect both sides of the Atlantic. The direct warning was hand-delivered by diplomatic courier to the White House. Okay? So guys, we are literally on the verge of nuclear war. And I'm not joking when I say that. I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm not being a sensationalist. I'm not fear-mongering. That is exactly what I feel. I really feel that we are on the verge of nuclear war. And with Ukraine invading Russia, and now they're going to be getting JSAM missiles and they're going to strike deep inside of Russia, I think that's going to be the excuse that Putin needs to nuke Ukraine. And not only nuke Ukraine, but he may also strike bases inside of NATO. And when that happens, we don't know what could happen, okay? There could be an uncontrollable escalation and a domino effect. So get prepared. Make sure you have a fallout shelter. Make sure you know where the nuclear war targets are near you and whether you're downwind from them. You can check my website for all the nuclear war targets in the U.S., Europe, and Canada. And a military vehicle of the nuclear department of the Russian Ministry of Defense was spotted in Crimea. The 12th Main Directorate is engaged in the storage and maintenance of nuclear weapons. So what you're looking at here is a picture that was taken by open source in Crimea, and you can see the license plate here belonging to the 12th Main Directorate, which is engaged in storage and maintenance of nuclear weapons. So what does this mean? This means that Russia has already deployed tactical nukes to Crimea, and they're getting them ready to possibly strike southern Ukraine or different areas of Ukraine. Okay, so this is very, very serious, guys. And the Polish foreign minister said that Poland and other countries bordering Ukraine have a duty to shoot down incoming Russian missiles before they enter their airspace. He said, quote, membership in NATO does not trump each country's responsibility for the protection of its own airspace. So basically what he's saying is that NATO has been pressuring Poland not to shoot down Russian missiles and Russian drones that are flying close to their airspace because they don't want an escalation. And the Polish foreign minister is saying that Poland and other countries have a duty to shoot these missiles down because they have to protect their people. They have to protect their country. And NATO's telling them, no, you can't shoot them down because it's going to cause an escalation. And he's pushing back and saying that membership in NATO does not trump each country's responsibility for the protection of its own airspace, okay? Poland had a drone fly into its airspace like 2 weeks ago, and several missiles have already flown into Poland. So this is very, very serious. It's escalating, guys. And Putin said that Russia has never given up on peace negotiations, but that we must deal with the bandits who entered our country's territory. So he's talking about the Kursk Oblast and the Ukrainian invasion. He said Russia will effectively deal with Ukrainian bandits in Kursk who wanted to destabilize the situation in the border region. He said Russia is open to dialogue with the West, but will respond harshly to unfriendly steps. And Jens Stoltenberg, the leader of NATO, said the incursion of Ukrainian troops into the Kursk region in Russia is in accordance with international law and Ukraine's right to self-defense. So you know what Putin is going to do, right? He's going to allow Ukraine to stay in Kursk. He's going to allow them to continue to take more land. And the reason why he's going to allow it is because Putin will have every excuse he needs or every justification he needs to use nukes on Ukraine and to also strike NATO. If Ukraine starts to use those JSAM missiles and NATO missiles to strike targets deep inside of Russia, I guarantee you Putin is going to launch an attack on NATO, okay? I am almost positive about that. So get prepared, guys, but this is very, very serious. And Ukraine's air defense unit shot down 20 cruise and ballistic missiles that Russia launched at Kyiv over the weekend. And Sergei Lavrov, the foreign minister of Russia, accused Denmark of deploying previously banned medium and short-range missile systems, and the Romanian parliament has approved the donation of a Patriot air defense battery to Ukraine, and Ukraine is going to receive 36 MiG-29 fighter jets from Serbia. That is very interesting because we know Serbia is a Russian ally. I guess not anymore. So get prepared, guys. Things are really escalating, and I want to remind you that I'm going to be going to Poland this Saturday, and I'm going to be there for 2 weeks. During that time, I will not be posting as many updates, and I will update you guys while I'm there. I'll do some live updates just to say hello and talk with you guys, but I'm not going to be doing my normal live updates, but I will be keeping my 24/7 streams going from Poland, so I'll at least have that, and I will be doing live check-ins periodically just to let you know that I'm doing okay. And I will be taking some videos while I'm there. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to try to go up to the Russian border or anything like that, but want to just show you guys what we have going on over the U.S. this afternoon. We have U.S. nuclear forces on high alert yet again, and over the weekend, Saturday night and Sunday night, we had emergency action messages broadcasted very late at night from between like 0100 to 0300 hours Eastern time. And there were like probably 10 of them back to back, which is very strange for Labor Day weekend and also for that late at night. So very, very unusual activity this weekend by our nuclear forces. And right now we have a B-52 nuclear bomber airborne over Louisiana. We have a doomsday plane that was flying with its transponder off over Iowa, and it went towards Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, which many people say is the Area 51 of the East Coast. We have 3 sub-hunters that were airborne off the coast of the United States. We had one off the coast of New Jersey, one off the coast of Florida, and one off the coast of Washington. So that is very, very concerning. And the Russian foreign minister, Sergei Lavrov, accused Israel of wanting to start a regional war in the Middle East. That is just absolutely insane. And that just proves that we are living in the end times when you see Russia sticking up for all of the enemies of Israel. That comes out of the Bible, guys. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 38 and 39, talks about this big alliance with Russia and Middle Eastern Muslim countries, and they all join up together and attack Israel in a massive surprise attack. Well, now you have the Russian foreign minister saying that Israel is the one who wants to start a regional war in the Middle East. Absolutely insane and despicable. And the Israeli foreign minister said that they will respond forcefully to the 6 hostages that were executed over the weekend. And we're hearing that the Houthis launched another attack on some ships in the Red Sea. Apparently, a Panama-flagged ship was hit by 2 missiles northwest of the Al Salif port in Yemen. No losses or damage to the commercial vessel were reported. And the U.S. has seized Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro's plane in the Dominican Republic. That's like his Air Force One, basically. And U.S. CENTCOM forces successfully destroyed 2 missile systems in Yemen yesterday, operated by the Houthis. There were some reports of an attack on the U.S. Army base in Syria last night. And the USS Georgia, a nuclear-armed submarine which was ordered to the Middle East by the Pentagon last month, is apparently still on its way to the region. I'm going to be going live tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the Daily Excellence channel. I'm going to leave a link in the comments to where you can watch that stream. It's going to be on the Daily Excellence YouTube channel and on his Rumble channel. We're going to talk about Iran, Russia, Ukraine, prepping, nuclear war, and it should be a really good show. It should be about 1 hour starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Time tonight. So tune in for that. Want to just show you guys some more concerning activity over Europe last night. So here you can see a German Navy reconnaissance plane that was flying over the Danish Straits, and it was flying super low at one point here, only 275 feet above sea level, which is insane. So they were definitely keeping an eye on something here. Maybe Russian subs, and Russia has been sending drones into this area of Germany to scout out the nuclear power plants in this area. So that is very concerning. And we had 2 NATO AWACS planes active in southern Sweden, right next to the Baltic Sea last night. And we also had a U.S. Air Force high-priority reconnaissance plane fly into Poland and the Baltics, and it did a big loop around Kaliningrad. So this is a RC-135 Combat Scent. We only have 2 of these in the entire Air Force. So if one of them is airborne, it means something's going on, and they send information directly to the President and the Joint Chiefs. So if there's one of these up in the air somewhere, it means something very serious is going on in that area. Another sub-hunter active off the coast of Kaliningrad. And here's a picture of Maduro's Air Force One that was seized by the U.S. But that's the latest breaking news that I have. I might be back later on tonight with another update. If not, I'll see you guys on the Daily Excellence at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And I will be in and out of my 24/7 live stream tonight, so you can find me over there as well. But until the next one, take care, God bless, and don't forget the 3 Ps. Prepare, practice, and persevere.